Hello everyone, I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Boom Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm really grateful that you're listening, subscribing, and commenting. I really appreciate your support. And in this one, I want to speak to you about gatekeeping and how when I first started learning about it, I was a bit confused about why anyone would gatekeep. Anyways, so if you watched any of the videos on TikTok or some of the videos on YouTube, you might sometimes see influencers say, I'm not going to gatekeep anymore. I'm going to share everything that I do to get that effect or whatever their thing is. So I'm not going to gatekeep my supplements anymore. I'm not going to gatekeep my fitness routine or skincare routine or whatever it might be, right? Because obviously something is working really well for them and they've been doing it for a while, but perhaps they didn't want to share it because they don't want everyone else to have the same results, or they don't want everyone to buy the same product and make the market, the price increase, or perhaps even sell out the product, right? I know a lot of Korean pop stars, I've heard, they don't actually share the products they use because they're worried that as soon as they say that they use this particular product, everyone jumps on the internet, buys that product out, it's sold out, and the star itself can't get access to that product anymore. So they've kind of stopped. Some of them have stopped, talking about the products they use. And it's really interesting. When I first started hearing about it, I thought it was kind of funny because as an INFJ, I think I've noticed this not only for myself, but for every INFJ I've spoken to, all the different ones all over the world, wherever I've spoken to an INFJ, they're so eager and excited and happy to share their knowledge with everyone around them. And it might be whatever it might be. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be about fitness. It could be about health. It could be about education. It could be about their lifestyle, whatever they're doing. And if it is working for them, if it's working for an INFJ and they love it and they are doing well with it, they want everyone in their vicinity, everyone in the world, everyone in the universe to know about it. They will, if possible, they would go to the top of rooftops, to like rooftops, and like scream about it, like so everyone knows about it. And if they have a channel where they can talk about it, they will talk about it until their mouth, like their throat is hoarse, like they can't speak anymore because they're so excited and they want everyone to know. And I've noticed this, as I said, about all the different INFJs that comment on this channel as well. I'll just be talking about something random and I will get a long chapter of comments. I mean, paragraphs and paragraphs of comments and from people, from INFJs, who have found something that works really well for them and want to share that with me and want everyone else to know about it, And it's like chapters and chapters. It's like these comments are long. They are articulate. They are well written and they are obviously well researched because, as you know, as an INFJ, we do research very well. And so this person is not thinking, he or she is not thinking, oh man, I should really keep this information to myself. That thought, as an INFJ, doesn't even come to us. Like, I never think, this is really interesting. I found this really great way to, exercise or work or whatever it might be. And I never think to myself, hey, you know what? I should really keep it to myself, Mac. Like, I don't want anyone to know. That is definitely the extreme opposite of the thought I normally have as an INFJ. It is, I want everyone to know. How can I make sure that everyone knows about this? How do I share it? Like, what do I do so everyone knows and can do this? One of the things that I love for health, as you might know if you watched my channel for a while, is liver flushes. By Andreas Moritz. He has a book written on it, The Amazing Gallbladder and Liver Flush. Again, I'm not a doctor, but this is something I do for myself. And I read the book. I have done the liver flushes many, many times, about 16 times now, over a period of 3 years. And I love them. I love them. They are absolutely fantabulous for me, particularly in my physiology. And I want to talk about it with everyone. And so I've talked about it on this channel, obviously. Again, I'm not a doctor, so you gotta do your own research, but I speak about it with every single person I meet. I might meet someone randomly on the street, and if we start talking about health, the first thing I really, really eagerly want to tell them, like I'm like bubbling over with this information about the liver flush. I want them to know because it has worked so supremely well for me that I'm like, well, I can't wait. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, when can I put this information into their mind? Like, how can I talk about it so that it's not too overwhelming? It is a little bit of a complex procedure. Not that much, but it does take a little bit of time. It's not just taking a pill and that's it. You gotta do a little bit of stuff. And I'm always like, how should I present it so that this person will see the benefit, like they will see how important it is that they should do it. How do I do it? How do I share it so that they can do it right away as well and get the benefit of it? How do I do it so that they don't get overwhelmed by it? And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking this while they're talking about whatever they think they're talking about. And sometimes I share it, sometimes I don't, because obviously it depends on the person. Some people are not open to it, some people are open to it. But always in my mind, the idea is I really want to share this information because it works. It worked for me. It has worked for a lot of the people that I recommended it to. It has worked for hundreds of thousands of people who've read the book and used it. And it is so powerful. And because it works and it's powerful and I've used it, I want to share it with everyone, right? So as I said, like every single person, like everyone I know has at least heard about the liver flush from me. And if not more, I have sent them the book because I have a PDF of it and I received it as a gift, and I wanted to gift it to as many people as possible. I want to gift this beneficial health routine to everyone as possible, and so I've been sending it. I've at least forwarded, I would say, about 100 times, if not more. And it might be new people that I've just met, and I'll just have a conversation with them on a bus, and we'll exchange contact information, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll send you the book. Or it is family members or relatives or friends that I've known for a long time that I suddenly, either caught touch with, or I haven't spoken to them in a while, and I'm like, yeah, here, this information, this is for you. In all of this time, the minute I found out about this flush or any other thing that works really well for me, it has to be something that works well for me. I just don't want to share information that I haven't tested, because you never know. But if I have anything that works really well for me, I want to share it in that moment with the entire universe. Like, I want to blast it on a channel where everyone can hear about it and everyone can get the benefit of it and can start using it right away. Of course, some things are easier to talk about, supplements. People know supplements. Most people are taking some kind of supplement, so it's easy to talk about. Liver flushes, yeah, you're going to drink Epsom salt? What? They're a little bit harder. But in general, as much as possible, I would like to share these tidbits, these knowledge tidbits, wisdom tidbits, whatever you want to call it, with as many people as possible. And as I said, like every INFJ I've met, they're the same way. They're like, I know this thing, I think it's working really well for me, I think it's going to work well for other people as well, and I really want to share it with everyone. And I've gotten so much brilliant information, well researched information from all the INFJs I know. Either they message me about it, they comment on the channel, or they'll email me about it. They'll be like, you know what, I know you don't know me, but I really want to share this with you. This worked really well for me. It's just so sweet and so kind and nice, but it is typically INFJ. I really do believe that if anyone's going to gatekeep, it's not going to be an INFJ. Like, from what I've seen of myself, but also of all the different INFJs, I'm constantly, as I said, getting advice, feedback, and more information from all the INFJs on my channel telling me, hey, so I take these supplements and they work really well for me. Or I am doing this exercise routine and I found it really useful. Or I've been doing this breathing technique and please try it because it's so good. Or I've read this book and it changed my life. I really want you to know about it. And so on and so forth, right? And so if you're an INFJ, you're probably nodding your head along saying, hey, I've done that. It's kind of the same thing as info dumping, but for an INFJ to an INFJ, I think that kind of information transfer, we don't think of it as dumping. I don't think of it as dumping. As much information as you can give me that you've tried and is tested and true, I want it. I want all of it. And I know all INFJs are like that too. If you tell an INFJ, I have some information for you, they're like, okay, give me right now. And so I'm happy to receive this information. Some other types, perhaps they'll feel overwhelmed by it. So you have to be really careful when you're trudging forward, because we are enthusiastic about this information, of course. And as soon as something works really well for her, we're like, oh my God, who am I going to tell next? I want to tell someone. But the person might not be as receptive. They might be sitting there thinking, we just met. Why are you telling me this? And so you have to be really careful when you're treading these kind of unknown waters. You have to kind of talk to them for a bit and be like, does this person seem receptive? Do they seem like they might be interested? Do they seem like they might even put that into practice? Because I've told about so many different things, but particularly the liver flush, hundreds of people, well, at least dozens, and out of that, maybe 2 or 3 people actually did it, actually practiced it, which makes sense. I mean, it is, as I said, a procedure. But in terms of supplements, I have recommended supplements to so many different people, and again, only a couple of people have actually tried it. So it's not the point for an INFJ is not that, we would like everyone to try the things that we try so it works well for them as well. But the point for an INFJ, as you probably know, is not to change the person. Ideally they would change, but not necessarily to change, but to share their information. We know that everyone's a unique being, and they might not do it, they might try it, they might not try it. Things are always changing, so we just want to share. We know this information is powerful, and we do not want to keep it to ourselves, because what is the point of information that's stuck in one person's brain? It is useless, absolutely useless. It needs to be shared. The more people that know about it, the more people can use it, and the more the world can improve, right? That's why I think one of the reasons why we love TikTok, we love YouTube, we love blogs, we love the internet, is because it is all about people sharing their information in a free, open manner and not gatekeeping at all. I think gatekeeping in general is not an INFJ trait. We do not like it. We don't want to do it. We don't want to be privy to it. We don't want to keep any of this information to ourselves, because how is it useful to keep any of this information to yourself? So I just wanted to share this with you. Obviously, it's a very random topic, and not maybe it's useful, maybe it's not, but either way, I wanted to share it. And again, I'd love to hear stories of your experience with gatekeeping and not gatekeeping as an INFJ. And do you agree with what I've said? Is it true? Is it not true? I'd love to hear from you. Please comment below or send me an email, whatever you prefer. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.